If you're a content creator or filmmaker, you know the struggle of working with tiny screens when you're on the go. What if you could have a desktop-like monitor experience while on location? And if that's something that's been on your mind, then this might be the monitor you've been looking for. What's up? I'm Royce, and welcome to my channel where I talk about all things film and tech. And today we're going to be talking about the UMax 21-inch touch portable monitor from UPERFECT. Now, UPERFECT was awesome enough to send me the UMax 21 monitor to check out, but as always, my thoughts and opinions are my own. No one tells me what to say. And also, just so you know, I only do reviews on products I actually like. So by you seeing this, it means I like it. And I think you will too. Now let's get into it. The UMax 21 Touch has a 21.5-inch 1080 IPS display. It runs at 120 hertz, so you're going to get some smooth visuals. It covers 100% of the sRGB color gamut. It also supports HDR, giving you better contrast and detail when you're reviewing footage or watching HDR content. On the side, the monitor has two USB-C inputs and an HDMI input. And what's nice is the USB-C port can be used for both power and video delivery. However, if you do plan on using the HDMI port, you will still have to use one of the USB-C ports to power the monitor itself because the HDMI port does not deliver power. And it's only 6 millimeters thin, which is super sleek for a monitor this size. But that thinness doesn't mean it's also super light. It weighs about 4.5 pounds. So if you're taking this on the go and you're staying in one location, this would be perfectly fine. But if you're moving around a lot, that can start to add up. And what I love is UPERFECT includes everything you need in the box. Just like in the name, the monitor is a touchscreen monitor, so you have those features there if that's something you're interested in. It makes navigating the menus really nice and easy, switching the inputs. If I want to adjust the color, contrast. It also has built-in speakers, which is convenient. Are they great? You know they're not. Most monitor speakers are not, but it's good to have in situations where you just need some audio and you have no other choice. But what's nice, it does have a headphone jack, so you always have that option to get the best audio possible. Now, one of the standout features is the adjustable kickstand and the flexibility you have of how high or low that you want it, and the durability of the kickstand I was really happy with, because all the experiences I've had with other monitors I've gotten off Amazon or other places, it's either they don't have a kickstand and they give you this wonky cover that's supposed to like keep it upright, but then it never does, or the kickstand that it has, it fades away after like the first few weeks. And I put it through its paces and it's still very sturdy, which I like. Now let me break down my actual use case for this monitor, because any product that I review, I always like to actually use it in real settings that I would find it useful. So a few months back, I shot a music festival in St. Martin where I took this monitor because I knew I was going to be in the hotel. I was going to be there for about a week. So I got my monitor so I can have a larger screen to work off of. I also have my Mac Mini M4 Pro, so I don't have a laptop at the moment, and that's my setup. And during the festival, I was jumping back and forth between filming the concerts, then going back to my hotel room and editing. The edits required a quick turnaround, so I needed to stay laser focused, and having this bigger monitor for me personally made it a lot easier. I could see a lot more, and I just really enjoyed the colors and everything, because then when it came to color correcting, I knew what I was seeing on the monitor was pretty much what I was going to see once I exported. Colors on the MacBook Pros are always really nice. You don't have to worry about that, but whenever you introduce an external monitor, that's where things get a little dicey, and I was happy to see that that wasn't the case with the UMax 21. And yes, the larger size did make it a little bit cumbersome. I actually bought a carrying bag for the monitor, put it in my bag, had a little bit more extra protection, and just so it was a little bit easier to carry around. But let me tell you, I'm really glad I did, because the monitor really helped give that kind of office-like feel in my hotel room, which was really nice. And even though from the video, it looks like I have a lot of stuff going on, I unfortunately didn't get the setup once it was nice and clean. But what you can see is that the monitor is being powered by a single USB-C cable, and that is just really nice to keep your setup nice and simple. Right now, the UMax 21 Touch is priced at $349.99, but I got my discount code in the description that will knock that down a little bit more for you. Now, if you don't like or care about the touch features, they have a non-touch version of this monitor as well that's $279.99, so you save a little bit more and on top of my discount code. UPERFECT also has some nice accessories they offer too that you can get on the side, with one being a vest mount adjustable stand carrying case, which I highly recommend, especially if you're going to be traveling with it. They also have a U-shaped USB-C adapter, which I also highly recommend getting, not just for the monitor, but just in general. It's really nice to where you can kind of adjust the angle that your USB-C cable is coming out of. It really helps clean up your cable flow. Again, monitor aside, just in life, you should look into that. Now, let me go down a list of just some of my likes and dislikes. First, what I like about this monitor. First of all, the size. I think 21.5 inches is just big enough for the portability aspect of it. That still might be kind of small. from, say, an office or studio standpoint. You might want something a little bit bigger, but I think for portability, that's kind of the max I think you want to deal with. And as I mentioned, the colors, like I'm really happy with the colors of this monitor right out of the box. Nothing worse than you're working on a project, you're doing your color correction and everything, you export it, and all of a sudden, once you see it, you know, on Instagram, you've uploaded it, the colors and everything look completely different. You're like, what just happened to my image? So this is really nice. What I see on the monitor is pretty much what I'm going to get when I export out and upload either to YouTube or any of the social medias. And the build quality, like this feels premium. It's thin, but it's got some weight to it, which I think helps. So you're not gonna feel like you're gonna like break it in half when you handle it. Now, some of my dislikes. Again, I don't mind that it's 1080. I think it works for what it is, but bumping that up to 2K, I think would be really nice, but still having the foundation that the monitor has. That's the important thing. And talking about adjusting the settings, it would be nice if they had some custom profiles where after you make an adjustment, you could save them like presets or, you know, things like that. They have their own built-in presets, but being able to customize and create my own, I think would be really nice. So if I adjust something and then I accidentally hit one of their built-in presets, I don't have to try and remember everything I just did. And again, going back to that travel size, works for my needs, but I think for somebody else, if they're moving around a lot, it just might be too cumbersome to deal with a monitor that size. So again, a like for me, but it could be a dislike for you. Okay, so what's the verdict? Should you buy this monitor or not? After a lot of different tests, as I mentioned, with a bunch of different monitors that I purchased from other places, this is by far, hands down, has been my best experience with a portable monitor, especially a USB-C powered monitor. It's just been really great. I've been loving it. I mean, you can see here, where am I? Back here. I've even implemented it into, you can see I have the Samsung Arc as my main monitor, and I found a way to kind of integrate it into that setup as my secondary monitor, even while in my office, because I love it that much. So yes, I do believe that this monitor is good enough to be your main monitor, especially in a more kind of like small setup. If you want to keep things more minimal, I think it's perfect for that. I think the price is good for the quality of it. Yes, you can go with something cheaper, but you're not going to get that longevity or reliability. And taking away those touch features, you're even coming at a lower price point at $279.99. Also, if you're someone that maybe wants a little bit bigger of a 21-inch screen, maybe you're seeing this as more of a office desk type setup, they do have 22, 23, and 24-inch size models as well. They're a little bit bigger. And obviously the price does go up with those monitors, but I also believe the larger monitor, the 24-inch, is actually 2K resolution, which is nice. So yes, I definitely think the UMax 21 Touch is worth checking out. And if you do like it, definitely use my discount code. But before any purchase is made, always check and think about your use case, your workflow. Is this actually going to benefit you? If not, don't do it. Don't listen to us online saying just, oh yeah, it's great, buy it. No. Know your needs and your purpose before you purchase anything. And if you see this filling a need, then go ahead, use that discount code. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you found it helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot. And I'm curious, drop in the comments what your guys' on-the-go portable setups are. I always love to hear about that stuff, how everyone else, you know, is making things work for them. And until next time, I'll catch y'all later.